February is Spay Neuter Awareness Month, and February 24th is also Spay Awareness Day, or World Spay Day. And here to talk with us about that is Jessica Lawson from SPCA Florida, and she's also brought a special guest with us today.
Yes, I did. This is Dexter. Dexter is one of our newest residents. We actually transferred him in just a few days ago from Animal Services.
All right.
Yeah, so he's 4-month-old. He is an Irish Terrier mix, and he's looking for a home.
All right. I'm sure he'll find one pretty soon.
Yeah, look at that face. That's not gonna last long. He'll get adopted quickly.
Well, he's nice and calm today. Well, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what's coming up with the Spay and Neuter Awareness Month coming up in February. And if you go over, I know there's a lot of benefits that go on with that, a lot of different myths that are out there that folks don't know about and might be under the wrong idea of what's going on. But I'd like to talk to you a little bit about that.
Sure, definitely. Yep, that's definitely core to our mission. Back in 2006 is kind of when our numbers that we saw peaked, around 10,000 animals that we took in, and we really ramped up our spay-neuter efforts and got really aggressive on offering affordable spay-neuter and really educating the community, so that by, I want to say it was 2010 or 2011, they were down to around 6,000, and each year we just, we're working to see less and less animals come through our doors, and then taking it to the next step and working with Animal Services and with the Humane Society to really get the feel for the overall community and how are we doing. So that's, it's important. A lot of people think, oh, well, what if it changes my pet? What if my pet gets fat and lazy, And a lot of that has to do more with food intake and the exercise than it does, the actual spay or neuter surgery.
Kind of got to get them up and take them out and do a little activity with them so they don't get that way.
Exactly. A lot of times people think, oh, but if I spay or neuter, they're just going to lay around. Well, no, I mean, yes, as they get older, any animal will. But
I'm sure right after this procedure, too, that they're not going to be feeling all that great.
Sitting around, but then they will, you can start playing toys with your cats or, whether it's exercising your dog, taking them for walks. So definitely ways to prevent the weight gain.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about what you guys offer there with SPCA Florida.
Sure. So we offer competitive spay and neuter fees. We like to, again, being core to our mission to eliminate pet overpopulation, we want to make sure that everyone who, understands the importance of spaying and neutering has the accessibility to it. So our fees range anywhere from, I want to say, around $75 up to $135 for dogs. Depends on the size of the dog, weight, obviously. And then the cats are anywhere from $60 to $70. We also have programs when funding is available that allows us to spay and neuter for a much discounted cost. So that information's on our website too, and there are certain programs that people have to be on in order to qualify, income-based programs. So that, most of the time we find that people want to do the right thing, they just don't realize the resources are out there, and that's what our organization is all about, is really making sure that people have those resources.
Any particular reason why February was chosen? Is that a peak month or anything like that?
I'm not exactly sure, but I do know that around March, April is when we really start getting hit with a lot of kittens in particular. We call that like our beginning of kitten season, so I would have to go back and do the math on the gestation period and all of that, but I'm not sure why they necessarily chose that month. It's also Pet Dental Month, so like I said, in the animal world, we celebrate all kinds of stuff.
Sure, I understand
Cleaning your teeth, getting spayed or neutered.
So now for World Spay Day, I mean, this is something that across around the world that folks are observing and hoping to promote that. Anything in particular you guys are doing that specific day? Or
Right. We haven't made official plans yet, but we probably will do something. In previous years, we've done education outreach. So we partnered with Winn-Dixie one year, and we did tables at probably 5 to 7 of the local Winn-Dixies to really, put up a board and kind of explain to people some of the stats. A lot of times people don't realize that 1 out of 4 animals in a shelter is a purebred animal. People don't realize, oh, but if I have a litter, because it's so good to have a litter before you have them spayed or neutered, which is a huge myth. But they don't realize that, by finding homes for all of their cats or kittens or puppies, that prevents people from coming and adopting from us. So just really educating people. So we've done the education component of it. We've also done other programs throughout the year. We've done a neuter for a nickel, which literally is a neuter of a cat for 5 cents. So, we'll definitely plan something. I'm not sure exactly what yet, but people can check our website and we'll have that breaking news as soon as we determine what program we'll launch.
Good. So last year, how many spays and neuters did SPCA Florida do?
We did over 13,000, so that includes not only the 5,000 animals that were adopted, which obviously not, some of them come in that have already been spayed or neutered,
Sure.
But that's also a lot of owned animals, which is just incredible. We also have a community cat program, which really cuts down when I mentioned kitten season. That really helps us with kitten season because, come March, April, we start hearing, my neighbor just found these 5 kittens, and, there's a stray cat in our neighborhood, and I think she might be pregnant. So the community cat program is a great one where we partner not only with our staff members, we have 2 trained humane trappers on staff, but then we also work with people in the community. So we had a lady, for example, who noticed at the local gas station that there were a bunch of strays. She worked with the car lot next door who was, they were kind of also feeding the strays and was able to trap, I want to say 15 cats.
Wow.
Now, if you think 15 cats, multiplying, each has a litter of 6, I mean, the impact that one woman had is just absolutely incredible.
Sure.
So that's why we really stress, partnering with the community. We rent out the humane traps. We provide instructions. We'll, explain to people how to do it. Drop-off times are real easy. It's first thing in the morning, you drop them off. We do spay, neuter, give them a rabies shot. We notch their ear, which is kind of the universal sign, so the animal services knows they've been spayed or neutered. And then, once they've recovered, they re-release them into that managed colony.
Okay.
So, there's normally a caretaker, like the older couple at the car lot who are taking care of those cats. They feed them, and outdoor cats don't live as long as indoor cats. So after a while, they just slowly start to decrease in number as opposed to reproducing if they're left unspayed or neutered.
Gotcha. Now, out of the 13,000 y'all treated last year, majority cats, dogs?
I want to say it's probably cats, given the community program. We do some, we had a very small, just given the demand, pit bull grant to spay and neuter pit bulls for a reduced cost. So we're looking at more funding for that program because it's definitely a high need.
Okay.
We have 2 great programs that really help us, the one in particular, reach some of the people who, again, like I said, they might want to do the right thing, but they just don't have the resources. We have a food assistance program, which provides 12 distributions of food. It can be once a month, it can be twice a month. People who have fallen on hard times. So some of the people that I've talked to, medical bills start stacking up, they get laid off. A young family, the husband had been laid off, the woman was out on maternity leave, she lost her job, they lost their house. I mean, things just spiral out of control. So we also have the people who, I took in these 3 strays, and then I took in these 4 strays, and then I took in, and
just
all of a sudden they have about 15
bit.
strays that they have taken
Sure.
in. So to be able to really reach that population and have that dialogue with them and then offer them, the affordable spay-neuter services to help decrease their population or keep control of their population has really been incredible.
All right. Well, it sounds like y'all have a lot of great programs out there that really kind of help with this and kind of further the cause. That's out there.
Definitely. Reducing all the extra little guys. Not that they're not adorable, they are, but there's just so many of them.
Yes. Well, if you want to give some information about the website where folks can find some more information?
Sure. If they're interested, they can visit spcaflorida.org. That's SPCA with the state spelled out, .org. Or they can give us a call, 646-7722. Happy to answer any questions. There's pricing and all kinds of information about the myths and the facts and the reasons why you should spay and neuter online.
All right. Sounds good. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right. And February is going to be Spay and Neuter Awareness Month, and February 24th, mark your calendars, it's going to be World Spay Day. And, get on out and do like Bob Barker used to tell you to do, and spay or neuter your animals.